be. As long as who they want to be does not violate the rights of other people.
Yeah.
So once we understand that, then it's easier to educate towards LGBT people. Because you can just see the discussion on the issue of women's rights, the issue of, what women are, how women are perceived within the society. And what I would like to understand is the way how it connected to human rights generally.
Yeah.
People must respect human. We have to have respect for human. We need to understand human being. We have to appreciate human. We have to understand that this is who people are and respect who they are. Once we can able to move past that bridge, then people will learn to love. Now, get it straight. People will not 100% support issue of homosexuality. They will not support issue of LGBT rights. But people might be able to understand that, even despite the fact that they are not supporting, they will be able to differentiate between the support and the issue of violence. Someone might not support the issue of homosexuality, but they certainly will not stand for violence. That is the kind of environment that we need. If people don't understand something, it's fine not to understand. It's fine to also want to require more to understand, but it's also fine for you to say this is my stand on the issue. But why you have that stand to say I don't agree with homosexuality, but I also don't agree that it should be stigmatized or discriminated or go through some kind of mob attack or violation or discrimination. So that's the kind of environment that we need to get into. That can probably lead us to where we will get to.
Yeah, so true. Now, what specific things should the LGBT community in Nigeria do or should be doing to change the negative views about them? Please, can tell us.
I don't think that there's anything in particular that LGBT people can do to change the negative view about themselves. I think that they just have to be who they are. And it's who they are.
True.
You can't ask somebody to say change from who you're going to be just because you want to please another person. You have to continue to be who you are. Because who you are is who you are, and there is nothing you can do about it. But the most important that the community can do is that, we need to continue to hammer on the issue and the impact of stigma, especially internalized homophobia. It's really, really, really dangerous. We need to continue to highlight at our whole community level and even at the external, speaking to other people that we know, letting them understand the impact of homophobia, the impact of violence against LGBT people. Once we begin to do that, people will understand how dangerous this is to the society beyond LGBT people. Because most of the time, people always think that, LGBT people are just trying to make noise. No, it's not about us making noise. It's just about us trying to say that this is not just right society living. You can't live in a society that continue to legislate on hate towards you. It's unnice, it's unhuman. And until when LGBT people stand up, they have to stand up. We don't need to wait for only activists. Activists will play their role. But we can only make the role of activists become more easier, more visible when even the community itself stand up on their own toes. They have to get up to speak for themselves. Everybody must have a certain degree of activism in them. It is not, activism is not a career. You have to, you just have to realize what it means to be discriminated against, for you to stand up to say no, it's enough. So even the community has a role to play to make the work of the activists easy. Because where you work or where you continue to speak on the issue of LGBT people themselves must also get up to speak. They must be visible. They must speak out. Now, I do understand that it's totally dangerous. It's not safe enough to speak. But we're beginning to see a lot of people coming out to speak. People are doing different things. People are supporting, what other people are doing. E.g., what you're doing. What you're doing means a lot to the broader work that we do. To the broader work that TED does, other organizations like HICAR, Way, Increase, Core Alliance. All of the things that you do, your whole platform, means a lot to the work that we do. It has a way that it contributes to the work that we do. So this is how LGBT people themselves can get up and then do more. We cannot continue to think that the work stops at the table of the activist.
No,
it stops at everybody's table, whether as an activist or as a member of the LGBT community. So that's one of the things that we can continue to do to ensure that we are viewed in a different light. People see that we are not just animal. People see that we are human. We're not about sex, but we are human, and we're about being human. And that's one of the things that's the most important, that we need to pass out to Nigerians.
That was really powerful, Olumide. So true. A whole lot of people do not want to talk LGBT talks, even LGBT people themselves. Well, it's sad, but I'm so happy that people are actually talking. People like us and other people too as well. Now, some people view homosexuality as just a concept. What is your realistic take on that, please?
Well, like I said, people will view homosexuality in different angle, and their understanding or how they view this issue can be related to their level of understanding, level of knowledge, their religious belief, the cultural belief, which guides generally how people think. Sometimes, some people have a conflict between their ideology and then their whole kind of environment, their cultural environment where they've grown up. We hear different things about, what our culture says about homosexuality, what the Bible says about homosexuality, what is a Western import. But there is no Western import anywhere. I think, people just need to understand that homosexuality is human. There is nothing that you can do about it. You have to understand what it means exactly to be, just the way, people understood what it means to be heterosexual. That's the same way people have to understand what it means to be gay. It is human. It has nothing to do with, concept. It's not a concept. It's not an idea. It's not a strategy. It's not something you go to the market to buy. It is a part of humanity. It's people, it's just the way people are. There is no concept behind it. There is no design. Homosexuality was not designed. If it was designed, I'm sure that nobody would pick hate over love. If homosexuality was a concept, who would want to buy a concept of hate in a society like Nigeria? Why would you want to leave a concept of love to go for a concept of hate when you know that if I'm gay, I'm going to be, I'm going to go through so much hate, so much discrimination, so much stigmatization. Why would you want to go through? Why do you want to go through that stress? When you can actually conveniently pick love. It's not a concept, and that's the way people need to understand. That's the way people need to view it. That it has nothing to do with Western concepts. It has nothing to do with strategy or or whether to gain popularity or a choice. It is not a choice. People don't pick a choice to be it. People be who they are. They express who they are. What we see is who they are. And the better thing for us to do is to accept, respect, and protect who they are. Because who we also are is who we are. And there is nobody that would like to be illegal for who they are. So that's the kind of, the kind of view that we need to use in looking at this.
Yes. So true, Olumide. People are who they are. Strongly noted there. Now, do you personally think that the LGBT community in Nigeria has been particularly silent, as in could the situation be described as a closeted activism? Please tell us.
I don't think LGBT, people have been silent, and I don't think the community has been silent. I think that what has just been happening is we just need to continue to do more. We are already doing great stuff across the country. We just need to continue to do more. We need to put in so much, to what we do already. I feel that even what we do is what is creating visibility for the conversation, and we need to continue. We need to show that the conversation continues to be on the burning table. We have to make sure that this is a priority issue, but strategically ensuring that we do it in a way that does not further create harm for people who do not have voice to speak for themselves. Because the whole idea of the work that we do is to be able to protect those who cannot speak for themselves. And if what we do is already becoming a harm for those who cannot speak, for those who stand for, then we need to look at our strategy all over again. So sometimes, you might look at us as if we are quiet or we're not doing so much. No, we're doing a lot of things, but we're just trying to make sure that what we do is kind of going into the right places at the right time. The strategy is right, and they are put into proper use. For everything we do at TIER, and it's the same across all organizations, everything has a target audience. Everything has a target audience. If you want to, the kind of approach you use to engage with the larger Nigeria is different from the approach you use to engage with the LGBT community. So all of us have their own different strategy and their approach, of engagement. So sometimes it might look like as if we're quiet. Like I said, we're not quiet. And I don't think the movement has been quiet. The community has not been quiet. But like I said before, the community must also support the movement.
Yes.
Community is a support system for the movement. And
especially,
we need to do more for the movement to understand that they are not just there, they're not a shadow of themselves. Because when you do something, you want to realize that there is people behind you to support you.
Yes.
And the movement support system is a community. And so that's why it's important for the community to know what the movement is doing, how they can be part of it, what they need to do, and how their visibility helps the work of the movement to be solid.
Thank you so much, Olumide. That is so true. Support. Yeah, you have to do something. Just do something, especially for people who've taken up the courage to stand and talk, and be visible. You really have to take that into serious consideration and see how you can really help. Let me take a quick briefing now and then finally come back. I'm still going to be with Olumide. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back.
You're listening to No Strings.
Relax. Unwind. Take the tension off as you listen to Mike Damon here on No Strings. Visit www.nostrings.wordpress.com.
At a time like this, when Nigeria faces an unnecessary fear from the minority, fear from LGBTs, we need a voice, we need it heard, and we need to tell our stories, and yes, we need to tell it. No strings attached. Join Mike Damon every week.
You're listening to No Strings.
Hi, welcome back to No Strings and Nigeria's first LGBT podcast. I am Mike Damon. We are still talking to Olumide Makanjuola, Executive Director of TIES, which is pronounced in full as the Initiative for Equal Rights in Nigeria, of course. Now, let's quickly proceed to the next line of question. Olumide, if someone inquires to know if you are encouraging homosexuality in Nigeria, how will you respond to that? Please tell us.
I mean, I had this question all the time. People ask, are you encouraging homosexuality in Nigeria? I'm like, there is nothing to encourage. There's a difference from encouraging. I encourage what I can encourage. I can't encourage people to be gay. There's nothing to encourage. What I'm encouraging is for people to be themselves, people to be who they are. People have to be expressive. You can't not keep people's expression. You cannot legislate people's expression. There is no idea anywhere in the world where it is sensible to legislate or to criminalize on people's expression. And it's different from you thinking that, it's like you saying that when you have telecommunication complaint, and you say, best way, use Skype instead of, doing it, you're encouraging, communication, using technology. That's different. Homosexuality is not a tool. It's not some kind of gadget that you encourage people to use. We're talking about people, and I think that's one of the problems we had in the past, and we're still having. We keep forgetting that people who are who engage in same-sex relationship are human. They are not gadgets. They are not animal. Even animal has his own life. Homosexuals are not gadgets. They are not telephones. They are not condoms. They're not wood. They're not things that you can describe that to use to encourage. There is nothing to encourage them. People are wholly expressing what they have. Only thing that we encourage, is let us respect the right of other people to express themselves, to be who they are, to live in a just society like we all live, and to be able to feel comfortable with who they are, always, without no sense of stigma or no sense of discrimination for who they are. So I don't think there is any form of encouragement for people to be gay. You can't even be you cannot even be who you're not.
Of course.
You can never be who you're not. And that's one thing we have to also realize, that who you are has always been who you are. There's nothing you can do about it. That's who you are. The faster you embrace, the better for you to begin to appreciate who you are. So we don't encourage, there's nothing to encourage them. Like I said, we encourage what we encourage and what we stand for and what we continue to encourage is the right of people to be protected and promoted, and to ensure that people have a space to express who they are every day, every time, anywhere.
So true, Olumide. Strongly noted now.